What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of the Jimnasium podcast with me, XFL Jim. Yeah, I just did a bullshit douchebag radio voice. I'm joined, as always, by the lovely, illustrious co-host, Chase, Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms. How the fuck are you doing, buddy?
The fuck was that voice, buddy?
It was real bad. It was real bad.
It was, yeah.
Hey there, welcome to the Jimnasium, folks.
The morning zoo, yeah!
Oh, yeah. We have to do our own sound effect. Yeah, as you can tell, folks, this episode's going to be a bunch of bullshit because we don't have anything planned. We would totally just be like the local station to bring back fart sound effects.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Listen, when I was a kid, you loaded up in the station wagon. You didn't sit in a car seat. You were never buckled in. You were just crawling around freely like a monkey in the back of a wood-paneled station wagon, and you were listening to the local morning zoo. And there's all sorts of prank calls and fart noises, and everyone had a good time. And no one was offended.
Did your family have a station wagon? Because mine did.
Yeah, we had a station wagon. We went station wagon, minivan.
We went station wagon, minivan, car, SUV, car, like, and then sort of mid-sized SUV, like a smaller SUV.
Oh, that must have been nice for you. You guys sound like those society types with all your cars.
Well, it's kind of like when you're just leasing them.
Ah,
okay. It's a little.
We paid the highest interest rate, just so you know.
But on the memes, on the opposite side of that, my dad, like, for his work trucks, had the same work truck for like 10 years, and then just has the same work truck since then.
Okay. There you go.
And right now, I don't even have a vehicle. I just have a garage and no vehicle.
I'm back to thinking you're salt of the earth, good folk now. So don't justify it anymore. Don't justify it anymore. I know who you are. I see you.
What we are going to justify this week are some goddamn Christmas traditions and Christmas in general. We're talking about the holidays. We both celebrate Christmas. You have a tree back there. That's going to be the Jimnasium's Christmas tree. Is your little like, palm tree configuration back there?
Mm-hmm. His name Rupert.
I like that. So, on a little off-topic thing, I have a named thing in my work truck as well. So around like early September, I hit a bird and he got stuck in my pickup, and he's just been there ever since. So I have a bird from September just in my pickup that I've just named Leroy.
Yeah. I know that he's dead, but part of me wishes that he was alive. Like you would like hit somebody a hit and run, and then you just kind of like, hit the car in the garage, but the person stayed alive.
His wing is broken in such a way that it looks like he's waving when I drive. So.
You're a monster.
Hey, he flew in front of me while I was driving 70 miles an hour.
That's on him. I'm driving here.
He's just now become my truck's mascot for the rest of the year. until either like I feel like taking him out, until he starts stinking up the joint, or until one of my superiors says, "What the fuck is that dead bird doing in your truck? How long has that been there?" I'd be like, "Oh, it's been there since, I don't know, like early September." And
I feel like you're gonna
January.
You're gonna be like the first wave of some sort of new weird like bird disease.
COVID. I'm gonna be what's COVID in reverse?
I don't know.
Divock. I'm gonna get Divock 21.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or bird flu 3. I'm skipping them.
As you can see, the patient demonstrates the classic green ball sack of Divock 91.
But sir, that's just spray paint.
That's just okay. Oh, you're good. Go home.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Take some Tylenol.
It's Christmas time. We're going to just go through a couple different categories and kind of like just bullshit and talk about on some of these. First off, Christmas like movies. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Boogie Nights.
That's not one I hear very often.
I love the Christmas Story. Like, I don't know. you know, especially since you got like a 24-hour of it, like you can just turn the shit on. You don't have to be like sitting there watching it. It's like I love it because A Christmas Story knows what it is, and it's nothing more than background ambiance. Boom.
I think maybe it's nostalgia for me, but like A Muppet's Christmas Carol is just ingrained in my head as something that's amazing. And I love it.
And it's got Michael Caine.
It's got Michael Caine. And then if you look on the behind the scenes, he's like on a fucking balance beam when he's doing all of his scenes, because in order to have the Muppets like at that level, he has to be this much above all the puppeteers.
Yep. Yeah. You notice that he hasn't been in a Muppet film since.
I think has he retired? Has Michael Caine retired?
Michael Caine? I don't know if Alfie's retired. Or if he's still running around being Alfred the Butler.
I kind of want him just to like come into certain movies and just be the sad old man.
The sad old British man who has some sort of emotional connection to the protagonist. Yes,
he just has like these words of wisdom to drop in.
Yeah, listen, you're whistling past the graveyard, mate. Years, isn't it? That's my terrible British accent.
That's pretty good. Your British accent is
America.
We're more equal on the British front. I'm still like lacking in the Australian accent front. I just can't do it.
Yeah. I didn't know I could do a Australian accent until nitrobetting.eu came around.
Speaking of which, shout out if you're watching this right now, check out the link down there. It's right down there. nitrobetting.eu/?reference. REF equals BTV. Fucking go use that link, folks. Do you have like a favorite Christmas episode of a show?
A favorite Christmas episode of a show? That's tough, Jim. That's a tough one. XFL Jim? That's tough. I don't know.
Mine's the Boondocks, easily. I'll watch that one every year.
That is easily one of my favorite shows ever.
So good.
That's right, because they're trying to kidnap Santa, aren't they?
Well, Riley's trying to kidnap Santa, and Huey is making his Christmas play with unlimited budget.
Yes,
like he gets Quincy Jones to do the
yes, because
and Jesus is black.
And Jesus is black, yes. And Riley feels slighted because Santa never showed up in the ghetto. Yes. I love them. I love the Boondocks. It's
one of my favorite shows of all time.
So much. Oh man, and you got Uncle Ruckus as the mall Santa, don't you?
Yes. First he's Santa's security, and then he's Santa because the other Santa won't do it anymore.
Yes. Yeah. That heathen. Oh my god! I can't say the rest. We would get
I mean, you can't. We can't say like any of the lines from that show.
No. I say them in my head sometimes, and they're funny to me. I didn't say them in my head. I replay them in my head.
Yeah, you just replay the moment, and it's a hilarious moment because it's an amazing show.
Yeah. It's.
I'm honestly, after this episode, I might go watch that episode now just to get in the holiday spirit.
I think, yeah, I'm down. I'm trying to think if there's any other good Christmas like episode out there that I can even recall.
Off the top of my head,
off the TOP.
Oh, It's Always Sunny has a really good one. They do like their movie for it, and it's fucking funny. That's the first time you get to see Danny DeVito's like full naked body when he comes out of the couch.
Oh yes. He splits the couch open and the couch gives birth to him. Yes. Oh man. Yeah. And then what, in British TV, you get like an 8-episode series, and then they wrap it up with a Christmas episode, with a Christmas movie episode.
Yeah, that's usually how they'll do it in fucking Britain land. Like I'm sure like Downton Abbey has a good Christmas episode if you're into that.
Yeah. And one that you can watch on Boxing Day.
There's some you can watch on Boxing Day, indeed.
Then
there's like anime that have good Christmas episodes.
Anime?
Hell yeah, bro.
Really?
There's some. They're usually like slice of life animes that are super cute and fun, but that's it.
Okay. There's a whole world I just don't know about, Jim. A whole world. And a lot of that is anime. I got no idea about anime.
It's a big world. I've been to, I think, 3 conventions, and that's about it.
Yeah. So I had this interesting occurrence yesterday, Jim. I was just, I was playing with the kids. I was having this like, having a good day, having a good time. Then all of a sudden I just felt just this intense, like sharp pain, like just right here. I was like, ah,
You're like
like
backside,
almost like my
kind of.
rib, almost in my ribs, almost in my side. Like it was crazy. Like it just knocked me to my feet. It's like, ah, and then my wife helped me like walk to bed, and I laid down in bed and I turned on the TV. And I figured out what was happening was that Eastern Michigan was getting the ever-loving shit kicked out of them by Libibity.
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch any of the bowl games because of this bullshit ESPN YouTube TV contract.
I thought you would have felt the pain at the same time,
the pain.
where you were.
Okay. I did feel the pain. I felt it here in my heart. I had to find a place to like lean and be like, catch my breath. And then I looked at the score and I was like, God damn you, Libibity.
Yeah. Libibity hit Eastern Michigan so hard that we both felt it.
The overhit, though.
That's, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So far, the MAC is 3 for 3 on overs.
Yeah. Oh, back to Christmas.
Back to Christmas. Central Michigan and Western Michigan will give us the holidays we need. They will be there for us.
Yeah,
we'll be there.
Eastern Michigan was the bullshit Wiseman. These are bringing the frankincense and the myrrh, baby.
Big fucking zerkly. Do you let's back on Christmas? Do you have any like do you have like a go-to Christmas meal?
So my mom makes we started doing this just like a couple years ago. It was like, she was like, all right, here's the dilemma. This is the dilemma. Are you ready for the dilemma? Here's the dilemma, Jim. We just had like a big turkey like a month ago.
Yep.
What am I going to make, a turkey again?
No.
A ham? That's a bullshit meat. Don't get me wrong. Ham is delicious.
I was going to say, I will not tolerate ham slander.
I love ham. But like, I feel like when it comes to like special occasions, like I feel like, does ham really, I feel like beef is the meat of kings. And so we decided, first year we tried something different to just make a new tradition, and it was big bone-in ribeyes.
Ooh, I like that.
It was good, but my mom took it to the next level, and it has become the long-standing tradition now, which is the beef tenderloin. She gets an entire beef tenderloin. What I love about it so much is that I actually get to like butcher it up, like, cut off the chain for like stew meat, like, slice off, get all the silver skin off and get it all like trimmed and everything for the oven. And then she does it in the oven. It comes out like absolutely like perfect and pink in the middle with like a mustard cream, like horseradish sauce. And so here's the thing though. I'm going to say this because I know that my sister's in-laws don't listen to the podcast. They've recently moved to town from Texas, which my mom said it best. They used to be far enough away that it was nice to see them on occasionally, and they didn't fuck up holidays. And now that's not the case because we're having Christmas dinner at their house, and they're having a spiral cut. We're having a honey baked ham.
Yep. Do you guys just do like one central Christmas for everybody?
Yeah. I mean, other than my wife's family, usually we do Thanksmas, Duffy Thanksmas with my wife's family. And then they do Christmas with we do Christmas with my family. And then we usually end up just going and seeing her family again anyway for Christmas, which makes me kind of curious is what the point of a Thanksmas was. So because like I'm supposed to go to Collier, I think my wife wants me to go to Collierville for like a week after Christmas for Christmas with their family. I don't know if that's gonna happen, bro.
There's a whole thing going on there.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, bro.
Usually we don't have the issue with my family of like we could do turkey for Christmas because a lot of the years, like it'll depend. Like this year we did turkey for Thanksgiving, but some years we'll do like pheasant. We'll just go on like a big old pheasant hunt and we'll get pheasant for Thanksgiving.
That sounds like Charles Dickenish. That sounds very Dickensian,
It's fucking awesome. I love pheasant, dude.
We had a pheasant and a plum pie.
Yeah, my little brother and dad, while I was up in Candida, they went pheasant hunting in western Nebraska, and it was.
Hey, get your dad and brother to take me pheasant hunting. I want to go pheasant hunting.
It's a fun time. Usually they got lucky with it, in my opinion, that it was actually super nice out and not freezing your balls off cold. Because a
Right.
lot of the time it's like super, super cold.
Yeah.
And I think most days they said by the time they were halfway through, it got up to 60.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. The planet changing, y'all.
Dude, it was fucking all the snow melted the third day I was up in Canada.
That's insane.
Like there was no snow on the ground for the Grey Cup.
You know, I mean, when we were in Iowa, I was in Iowa for Thanksgiving and everything for Thanksmas, which qualms with that just mentioned. And I mean, it was super cold to me, which means it was like 40 degrees. But like, I don't know, like, I used to duck hunt, so I used to pay a lot of attention to like when I'm like up in like this part of the country, like around this time of year, I'm like, where are the ducks? Like, are they on their way or anything? And like, we were in Iowa, and when I saw it, like, I was like, okay, nothing is frozen. Like, I see ducks in like every single. I just kept thinking it's gonna be for these poor people in Arkansas who want to shoot birds in the face. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible this year.
Man, it's been weird here where like December has been usually a pretty decent month, and then January and February comes and it's just the shittiest months on the planet.
That's how it is here too. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because we're essentially just, in a straight line up and down from each other almost a little bit of a
like
northwest line.
What are we
northwest.
like 2 states, 3 states away?
Like a sort of that sort of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. You're just above Kansas, right?
We're just above Kansas.
You're somewhere around Idaho, huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah. It's last year we had the most snow that we've ever seen, and it was in like February.
That's what they were saying about here too.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was in Los Angeles at the time.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice out there in La La Land. I'm gonna try to go to La La Land.
Best time to be there.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. Let's talk more about this Christmas, though.
Let's talk about this. Well, so like ham is my go-to Christmas.
Ham.
It's ham.
I'm sorry. I cut you off. I didn't let you. All right. What's your favorite Christmas side? The side.
Oh God, favorite side. It's different than Thanksgiving because for Thanksgiving it's probably collard greens, but for Christmas, my favorite side. Honestly, it sounds very Midwestern, but it's probably like macaroni salad. I love it. I fucking love it. My mom makes some pretty good macaroni salad, and I like it. There's no bullshit peas or nothing in it. It's good.
I very much love the Southern / Midwest traditions of calling things salad.
Yeah, just dude, Minnesota. Like I have a fucking not even just this is Midwest in general. I have a cookbook from my grandma from like her time and her town and whatnot. There's a whole section that's just salad, and there's just like that has no vegetables.
Yeah, what they do is they substitute the lettuce for mayonnaise
or potatoes.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make a salad with anything. It doesn't fucking matter. There's dessert salads.
Yeah. Let's come on, uniquely Scandinavian people of Minnesota. These are not salads.
Fucking Swedes.
So my mom makes this stuff. I'm such dude. Like, if you want to talk about like being a mama's boy when it comes, like I am such like a mama's boy when it comes to like my mother's like holiday meals. Like, my mom makes the best holiday meals, hands down. Like, I love it. It's always good. And the best side, she makes marbled mashed potatoes, which is a sweet potato, and then with like a little bit of parsnips in there for a little like crunch in a couple places, and it's all like marbled together. So it's a unique visual presentation. You got the orange, you got the white swirled together, and then it's delicious. Especially like second day, where I just basically take a huge mound of it, and then I take roughly half a stick of butter, and I push it down into the top, and then I put it into the old microwave, and then I just have all that drenched in melted butter, and hear my heart beat.
So it's one of those. It's one of those that's also like it's better after the fact too.
Oh, it's consistently good. It is good from birth all the way until I poop it out.
God damn.
Yeah, it's delicious. Delicious. You should be so lucky, Jim.
I mean, honestly, I'll poop out macaroni salad, but that sounds way like I'm not a huge potato guy, but the way you described it,
Yeah.
I'd have sex with that potato.
Yeah, it's it really, I mean, for college bowl season, like I make sure that we have some left over for the bowl on, on New Year's Day. And so
As you damn well should. Do you have any like Christmas traditions or anything? Do you have anything that you watch on Christmas specifically? Because I know like some years Christmas is like the only time I'll watch the NBA until the playoffs. But I think this year there's actual NFL on.
Yeah, so there's NFL. I'll watch if there's ever football on, I will watch football. I'll watch whatever sporting event you give me on Christmas Day. Because it feels like it's just a wonderful respite from people.
It's either watch the sport or talk with your family for hours on end.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
It's a pretty easy choice if you ask me. That's a pretty fucking easy choice.
We need sports, the opiate of the masses, so everyone can just kind of like grunt at each other again. Just be like, I'll watch the NBA during the playoffs, of course. Like that's about it. But I'll watch it on Christmas Day. And they'll always be like, look at this guy's shoes. Are his shoes crazy? And it's like every single year, it's like, okay, the guy has green shoes. We get it.
It's
how are we still
Christmas,
amazed by this?
Right? I have a confession to make, but I need time to look it up. I'm pretty sure on a drunken night in like October, I thought I was betting on live NBA, and it turned out I was betting on the Christmas Day games.
You have open tickets for the Christmas Day game?
Let me see what I have here. I gotta have some. Yep. I have for the Golden State Warriors, the Knicks, the Bucks, the Nets, and the Jazz, all on the money line. I have a 5-team Christmas Day parlay that I made back in October.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good for the soul, Jim.
It's a plus 1,700 ticket.
Get it!
It's a future gift to myself.
I want you to, if that ticket wins, like I really need you drunk in a Santa costume, just like out wreaking havoc amongst town.
You're spoiler alert. You're gonna get that anyway. I have 3 videos coming out this week, 2 of which are Christmas themed. If you watch, I'll show you. I'll link you my video that I did last year during Christmas. It's gonna be a variation on that. Okay. So, if you guys know, I'll for the YouTube audience, I'll post a link to that video in the description, and then I might throw that in the audio version too, maybe even on BTV. But yeah, that's gonna happen regardless of if this hits or not.
And if you're not a XFL Jim YouTube person, what the fuck are you doing with your life? What is wrong with you? Have you heard this man sing? I rest my case.
There's more. There's at least one more song coming out starting next year. I think I have a music video idea that I want out the day that the XFL started in 2020 that I'm going to be posting, like the Sunday after the Super Bowl. You got something coming.
Yes. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm always excited for everything that you do because as many have pointed out on the social medias, my boy Jim here is the content goat.
I just like how everything I say, Renegade Jim will just say insane. It's like his just go-to.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm still not convinced that you and Renegade Jim aren't the same person.
We are not. We have discussed though. I think he has visited Nebraska a few times, and he has good things to say. So if he ever comes up again, maybe there might be a meetup of the gyms. Who knows?
Are you afraid that if you meet and touch that you'll ruin the space-time continuum?
There might be like a singularity event.
Yeah. There's
a possibility. That's explored in the Rampage tour in some regards. I need to actually start putting some of this down on paper.
They've achieved transcendence.
Sir, they're becoming self-aware.
That's the day Skynet became self-aware. It was the day that the gyms touched.
We've established Gymnet. When the gyms docked, nothing was the same after that.
This is the worst Christmas episode ever. /.
No,
let's keep going.
There we go. I'm trying to. Do you have any like specific Christmas traditions to your family?
So, all right, we're Christmas Day present people. We're not these open your gifts on Christmas Eve mongoloids. You know that all.
I've known some that do a variation where they pick one gift to open on Christmas Eve and then do the rest on Christmas Day.
Not here. We got the patience of a monk, son. We don't get into our Christmas gifts early. We do the one. We don't need to do the one. We stockings and also stockings and then gifts on Christmas morning. And then it's brunch with mimosas.
Ooh, you do like a brunch thing. Okay.
Yeah, we do. Because we basically once everyone's awake in the morning, which has gotten progressively later and later as we came older. But now, like, I've got kids, but they've amazingly slept. Like, we've had to wake them up for Christmas, like, the last couple, which is amazing. Like, I figured they'd be, like, at, like, 4 in the morning, just like, all right, fucking Christmas, let's do this. But no, like, they're not aware enough of it yet to just be like, as soon as my eyes open, it's Christmas. What is USFL News here?
We did get a comment from USFL News, unrelated, but he's asking if we have a Discord. We do not. Maybe we should actually get one. Fuck it. I don't know. Maybe I'll make one. And then what are my thoughts on the USFL?
I'm always on a horse racing Discord anyway, so it's not like I wouldn't be available for one. So why not?
Maybe I'll just fuck it. I'll make a XFL Jim Discord. Okay, you heard it here first, folks. XFL Jim Discord coming out soon. Christmas gift to y'all. And also, what are our thoughts on the USFL? This is a pro USFL podcast, obviously.
I mean, spring football, we're for it. We've always been for it.
I know this is a tangent, but we could talk about this for a little bit. I am a little worried that like how much involvement, what is it, Brian Scott or whoever the fucking guy who ran the spring league, how much he's involved because he has a couple shady like things on with him. I'm a little worried about that, and
I don't trust a man who doesn't like gambling.
Yeah, I'm also wondering. Since it's going to be on Fox and what was it, and NBC, I think, are both showing it. That's awesome. Love that shit. And I'm ready. I've heard some rumors that the January is supposed to be a big news dump for the USFL. So
okay. So here's the thing. How dare you not have a Memphis Showboats?
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that would have been nice to kind of get from the get, but I think maybe they're figuring they have that area covered with the what is it? The Stallions, the Birmingham Stallions.
It's not the same.
It's not.
The Mid-South is not the same as the Deep South. I'm just gonna throw that out there for anyone who doesn't live in the area. No, that's okay. I'm excited about the USFL. I'm pro. I am pro as many football leagues as can be sustained.
Yes, I am as well.
Because you know what? I'm pro football. You know what I'm saying? I'm pro football, which means the more leagues that can be sustained, the better football is in general. And I'm talking about parity, and I'm talking about just overall talent levels. I also just love the more leagues there are, the more that these guys that are in like divisions that I love that don't get a lot of coverage will get a chance to like do football for a living. Yeah, and let's try some wacky ass rules. You know, let's get you have these leagues to give us the green light to try some wacky ass rules. Let's have dance offs instead of extra points. You know,
let's do arm wrestling instead of a coin flip.
Yeah, can you serve someone? Boom, 2-point conversion.
You just got served.
You got served. Have your 2 points.
Incorporate the rouge.
Sorry, you just got served. The person who served you will now receive 2 points. It's kind of like
incorporate the rouge into every league.
Yes. Because when people who shouldn't be kicking things in public kick things in public, only fun memories are made.
But make it so that you have to kick during the rouge. That has to be a rule. That has to be a rule.
I thought you had to kick it during the rouge.
I don't think so, because I think that's how the Ticats lost. Is they just like they took the rouge and gave up 1 point to the Blue Bombers so they wouldn't return a kick or something like that.
No, you have to kick.
You have to kick. You have to kick.
More people who should not be kicking things in public. Kicking things in public is good for everyone because you get to watch it.
But final note, we are a very pro USFL podcast. I'm a very pro USFL man. I will say this.
Yeah, we kind of wandered away from the question there a little bit.
Speaking of January news, like for the USFL hopeful news dump, there might be the introduction of USFL Jim come this January. So
you know what he does?
he fucks. I mean,
yeah. He's here to drink beer and kick ass, and he's
What I
perpetually almost out of beer.
he only drinks Bud Heavy.
Oh yeah. He only smokes Marlboro Reds.
That's true. I need to go pick up a pack of Marlboro Reds for the video.
And he only drives a Camaro IROC.
Unfortunately, I don't have access to that.
Do you have an old Chrysler LeBaron?
I wish, dude. So driving around like certain towns and whatnot where I'm working, if I see like an old car, and if it's anything around $2,000, I'm just like, I want it so bad.
Right. I want the shittiest old Chrysler LeBaron to just drive around town in. Like, I'm talking like leaky ragtop, like just I want a gross Chrysler LeBaron.
If you had to pick the vehicle that I, XFL Jim, see myself in, what vehicle would you have in mind?
An El Camino.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I just asked my heart, and there was only one answer that I could possibly come up with.
There's only one. I want an El Camino so fucking bad.
You're an El Camino person. Like, everything about your being screams El Camino.
The only other option, but it's off the table now, is you remember that van that we had here at the garage?
Yeah.
I would love to have taken that and just spray painted the XFL logo on that, and like had that wrap or something, and just turned it black and XFL'd it up. But the van got sold, so no more access to the van.
Oh, that van is gone? God,
how much, dude? That van sold for $3,000.
No way.
Yeah.
America's coming to an end. We've debased our currency. Inflation.
It's that's what really set me off and be like, money just means nothing anymore. If that van goes for anything. That van was purchased originally for $300. That's a
what?
Yes.
You sold it for $3,000?
Yes.
Holy shit. Well, I'm going to be spending my Christmas canning my own foods and hoarding ammunition because this country is coming to a goddamn end. Oh my God. That thing. I'll tell you what, though, it might be the ultimate sleeper car because I felt the raw power of it as you're tearing ass through your parents.
It was a very powerful van. But back to Christmas. We're so far away from the original shit, it doesn't even matter. My Christmas tradition in the garage is, guess what? I bring out the colored paint to sniff, and I do a red, green, and then a silver sparkle on it. And then my face is just red, green with sparkles.
Just like all under the nose and everything.
It's just like the entire, like under the nose, all around the face. It's just like it's spray painted up.
I hear you have to put it in the sock before you huff it, though.
Yeah, you do. That or like you can do like a paper bag.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Please don't huff paint, Jim. I feel like you could really get hooked on the paint, and then your life might take a terrible turn.
I'm not hooked on any drug except gambling and paint. those are the two.
Oh man, Christmas traditions. Let's see. So, so the mimosa and the brunch, and then my mom makes it's called a sausage souffle.
Ooh,
it's really good.
Awesome.
It's just eggs and cheese and sausage and like bread, and it's delicious. Let's see. I get really drunk. I usually get really like once a year caliber drunk on Christmas Day.
That's my 4th of July tradition.
Yeah.
I guess I got 2 4th of July traditions. It's eat as many hot dogs as physically. No, Memorial Day is hot dogs. 4th of July is just get as drunk as possible and probably do very, very dangerous, irresponsible things with fireworks.
Oh, nice. So
great combination, by the way. Great combination. But
this feels like our jazz episode where we can really just kind of see where
it's freeform. It's freeform.
So one time, my old longtime roommate Lex, he and my buddy Neil and my neighbor Everett, we were all out. It was one of these like unseasonably cool 4th of July's, and so we were just like partying it up, because no one was out like sweating their balls up. So it was all day drink 4th of July fireworks thon. And we had one of those gigantic mortar.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was Lex who he accidentally put the shell in backwards. and so it just shot down into it. And so like we lit it, we were all standing over it, and then we just heard like then we heard thunk, and we are like,
oh shit.
And so we all started running. I was the first to realize, and I am a coward, so I was gone. I wasn't pulling anybody out with me. I was just every man for himself. And like I got free. I ducked behind a Subaru, and when I looked around the Subaru, it was like an action movie. It was just like there was a big explosion behind Neil and Lex, and like they're just kind of like lost in the sparkles. And I was like, they blowed themselves up. They're gone. And then they magically the smoke cleared, and they were still there, just like coughing and like shell shocked. It was awesome. It was amazing. It was fun. It was the coolest way that some of my friends have nearly died.
Tying that back into Christmas, sometimes we'll have me and my dad will have leftover 4th of July fireworks. So when family is pulling up for Christmas, we'll just throw fireworks at them. Because when you're not expecting fireworks, it's the scariest.
Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty good.
Because we'll just like, they'll pull up and we'll just throw, not ones that like they don't boom, but they just make a loud bang.
Yeah.
So we'll just like throw them over by their cars when they're pulling up, and then just like throw like 4 of them all lit. So you just get the boom, 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 and people will just freak out.
So to tie everything together, I hope when you do it, you're dressed like Alfred Molina and that little Chinese boy from Boogie Nights who's just like walking around the house lighting firecrackers.
So he used to when we still like would go golfing or whatnot.
You in the short shorts.
When we had a golf cart, he had like a stockpile of bottle rockets in the golf cart that he would launch at people who were golfing.
I wish I'd spent more time with your dad while I was up in Nebraska, because that's awesome. God, bottle rockets are the best. They are.
Yeah, they're not legal here though.
That's it makes it even better. That makes that story even better. You know how people have like bottle rocket fights. You know, some people.
Yeah, I would always do that with Roman candles.
Right. You know, my dad used to do the same, do the Roman candle thing. But so the greatest. You know, some people will use the bottle to like shoot bottle rockets at people. Others, someone got creative. A pipe, I've seen. You know, hold a pipe. It's like, ooh, that's a little brings a little bit of accuracy to it. A kid I know who ended up being an engineer later in life, he hollowed out a hockey stick.
Is that basically a gun?
It was like a musket. Like he'd light it and he'd drop it on the top, and then he'd put yeah, and it was just like, and it was deadly accurate. You were sitting there and you're trying to have a bottle rocket fight with your friend who's a fucking engineer wizard, and you have bottle rockets popping by your face. Back to Christmas.
Back to fucking Christmas.
So other than throwing bottle rocket or throwing fireworks at people, what other Christmas traditions do you have?
Pie. Lots similar to Thanksgiving. It's a lot of pie. Like my dad's side will make some rhubarb pie. Mm-hmm. Mom's side bring some pumpkin pie. Have a whole bunch of whipped cream and just fucking gorge ourselves on pie.
Where do you stand in the pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie debate?
It varies. Christmas, I'm probably more of a sweet potato guy. Thanksgiving, I'm more of a pumpkin pie guy, and then Easter, I'm a big sweet potato pie guy.
I didn't know sweet potato for Easter was a thing.
Yeah.
I guess you should never question what's a thing for families at certain times of the year, because there's so many people who like different things, different strokes.
I love them
both
folks. Though. I love them both.
I get disturbed. I'm upset by the division in America and the whole sweet potato pumpkin, because they're really not that different.
They're really terribly different.
Not really that different. My dad makes a sweet potato pecan pie that is with a chantilly cream sauce. It's like a really it's like a brandy whipped cream, essentially.
Your parents sound like fancy cooks.
They try to be. My mom during the week, it's like hamburger helper, just crap, that's how but she goes off during Christmas. My dad has 2 things he does well. I remember he got really into jambalaya.
Oh, okay.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal. Everyone had to hey, I'm making jambalaya. So make sure you're home this time to eat jambalaya. And he'd get really upset if you didn't eat jambalaya. And then I just realized he was making it out of a box of Zatarans every single time. And I was like, you son of a bitch. This once you include a box into it, it's not a big family thing, dude. It's like we're not all gonna huddle around the boxed meal of Zatarans. But yeah, like this pie he nails, and it is like knock your foot off with diabetes, like rich.
Ooh, okay. I love that for the holidays. Like
Yeah,
that's when you bring that out.
Yeah, I want things like so sugary that I'm pretty like I can not only do I know my blood sugar is spiked, I can hear what sounds like granulated sugar passing through my veins, like as it rushes through my ears and brain.
I basically do this. There's this cookie shop in the town that I work in called Eileen's Cookies that I will during this time of year, basically the entire month of December till after the first week of January. Almost every day I'm there for work, I'll leave with like 3 cookies, and they are some of the sweetest, richest cookies. Like the frosting they put on it is just so fucking good. I feel my blood slowing down.
That crazy, just like sugary white frosting kind of. Yes, absolutely.
And they do like designs on it and stuff. They'll put like Santa and like reindeer and everything on the cookie. It's like super cute.
So a new Christmas tradition is that my mom has all the grandkids, my kids and my sister's kids over to cook and decorate cookies a couple weeks before Christmas. They have a little cookie time. They do little cookies. By the way, if Eileen's Cookies does not have a commercial that utilizes the song "Come On Eileen" in their own sort of way, then I think you should go and throw your hat in the ring.
That's what you get for thinking a local business in Nebraska has any kind of commercial.
Hey, cookies, Eileen. Yeah, you know what it means. It's some cookies. Cookies, Eileen.
Came on them. Oh, sorry. No, I was going a different direction.
Yeah. And we fed one to Riley Reid.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Speaking of Christmas movies,
how I live.
Speaking of Christmas movies, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay, get it together, Jim. What's up?
No, we're gonna keep this like holiday in general. So, like going from Christmas, do you do what? So the slowest part of the year to me is the time you kind of spend in between Christmas and New Year's. It's like a void.
That week, yeah. There's so much.
Where just anything goes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I feel like that's like really just a great time to dabble in drugs.
That's the perfect word too. It's like the best time to dabble because anything goes. Anything like you do that week is like a rate. Like people say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Whatever you do during the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve, just it's erased from history.
You don't have any responsibilities. Like you're really just like, why are we here? Like it's very much like a life purgatory.
Like you could show up to work drunk and people will just be like, whatever.
Yeah, if you even have to go to work, there's some people who just like have that week off.
That'd be awesome. I envy those people. I used all of my time off to go to Canada.
Bro, knows those feels right here. This guy knows those feels. I used to work in the liquor industry. You think you get off around holidays in the liquor industry?
Fuck no, you don't.
No.
I used to work customer service industries. Fuck no, I didn't.
Yeah, so I would just be very I just eyeballed my boss, and after he boned out, I was like about 5 minutes behind him, like I was make sure he was like safely gone, and then I was the fuck out of there. And what was great was he used to always like act like he had this crazy like farm boy work ethic. He's like, hey man, I grew up on a rice farm in Arkansas. I mean, we wake up and we work until the job's done. And then like he'd duck in his head at like 10 o'clock and be like, hey, so I'm gonna get out of here. See, I gotta go do a thing, and it was routine. Like he was 24/7
down,
24/7, 365. That's 24 hours a week, 7 weeks a year.
Man, so when I worked at an event center, the only day we never got off was New Year's. He would accept any holiday thing other than New Year's, just because we had a big New Year's gathering with 3,000 people.
Yeah.
But we got free prime rib. So.
That's awesome. Ah, God, if you pay me beef, I think I would have been really. I think I would have easily become a slave. Like I was like, hold on, you're gonna feed me and I can live somewhere. I ain't got no. I don't have any bills to pay. They would have tricked me into being a slave so easily, so easily. I feel like I'm still a threat to end up in white slavery.
I mean, if you pay me in beef, that's a legitimate threat that I could just be your live-in slave. So I don't know how I stumbled upon this. I just found a Christmas movie that came out last year that what the fuck. It's called Fat Man. I don't know if you've heard of this.
Mm-mm.
So here's the description on IMDb. I'm just tangenting the fuck out of this. A rowdy, unorthodox Santa Claus is fighting to save his declining business. Meanwhile, Billy, a neglected and precocious 12-year-old, hires a hitman to kill Santa after receiving a lump of coal in his stocking. Who do you think this movie is starring?
Tom Sizemore.
No.
Billy Bob Thornton.
So not only... So the Santa's name... I guess his name is Chris. It's starring Mel Gibson. So that's a thing. Also,
I have one question. I have one question, and that's what?
I mean,
what?
That's basically my question as well. Also, as a character only listed as Skinny Man, Walton Goggins.
Yes, I love Walton Goggins.
I also love Walton Goggins. Why is he in this movie?
I don't know. What has happened to your life, Walton? You need, but hold on, Mel Gibson?
Oh, he plays a hitman.
Of course he does.
Walton Goggins is the hitman that the 12-year-old hires to kill Santa, who was Mel Gibson.
Does he have the Boyd Crowder voice while he does it?
I don't know. I almost want to just download this trailer and play it on the podcast.
This sounds like Banana Split's bad, honestly.
Oh, Banana Splits is amazing. What are you talking about? I love that movie.
So since we watched the Banana Splits together, there are still moments of the Banana Splits that I think of and I instantly shudder and feel sick to my stomach.
I love that movie, dude.
I'll tell you exactly which one it is. It's when the girl has the broken fingers and she's going through the slippy course and she's falling like on her broken fingers.
Yeah,
I think about that. My testicles crawl inside my body. I feel like I'm gonna vomit, and then I shudder, and then it goes away.
It's like a.
But it happens to me at least 15, 20 times a day.
But like, I'll show you this afterwards. This trailer, this poster is fucking beautiful. Actually, let me see if I can just fucking share my screen.
Bring that
see
up.
it right now.
Bring that up on
I'm gonna share my screen.
IMDb.
Boom! I'm sharing my screen. There. It's beautiful.
That's God.
Look at that.
God. He's got Mel Gibson just caught his children listening to Jazz Eyes.
That's Walton Goggins right there.
Look at that.
Look at Mel Gibson.
Look at Mel Gibson. Look at the ominous, opaque Mel Gibson.
When I first saw the poster, I thought it was fucking Sean Connery.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Listen here, Sonny. This
You're
is what you're getting for Christmas.
You're best. All the people on the naughty list whine about doing their best. You're lucky.
Listen, Mrs. Claus had it coming.
I miss the 60s where you could just shake an elf around.
I'm just picturing Santa Claus, Sean Connery, just being like, why didn't you make this toy right?
Tell me where the toys are.
He just turns around to Mrs. Claus and gives it a pat.
Yeah. God, I was miss the days where you just shake a broad when she wasn't making any sense.
When you
needed valuable information, you just shook a broad and out it spilled.
Now listen, I never really hit a woman. If she's getting uppity, I just give her a good 1-2.
Listen here. This shine is love. This shine is discipline.
Should we I think for April Fools next year, we should just disappoint everybody and do an entire podcast in Sean Connery accents.
I feel like I have a good one. I feel like I got a really good one. I feel like yours is pretty not bad also. So
I feel like as far as all the accents go, this is probably my best one.
The Sean Connery dialect.
It's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad thing to say.
I imagine you sending your headshot to Hollywood producers now. It's like accents, Sean Connery.
Just
not
Sean
under
Connery,
impressions.
in quotes, like Sean Connery.
Sean, if I'm being honest here, we need to air quote this.
Can you? So I have one idea that I want to do real quick. Can you vamp for like 2 minutes?
Can I vent for like 2 minutes?
Just like talk to the people for 2 minutes. I gotta go get something real quick.
Yeah, I'll talk to the people. What do I want to talk to the people about? I want to talk about the hazards of huffing paint. That's right. On a very special jazz-like Jimnasium, it's important that we, separate fantasy from reality. And we talk about Jim huffing paint. Now, in this episode, we did it to show you the dangers of huffing paint. Jim doesn't really huff paint, I hope. If someone knows different, please tell me. I hope. But yeah, don't huff paint. Don't huff paint. And if you do, please film it and send the videos to us. We'll blur out your face. We won't reveal your name because fuck the police. I said it. We back the blue until they do something wrong. Then it's fuck the police. Because we're often victims. We need help. But if they do something wrong, we're against them. I really had no clue how long it would take to fill 2 minutes. That's the sad part. I think I hear bells. I think Jim might be back. Oh, he's definitely back. I hear bells. Jim, I think we might be in trouble with backers of the blue.
What the fuck what did I walk into?
I don't know. It got weird in here.
Okay, as it should. So what I wanted to do is, I know I have a video coming out later this week where I'm testing the flavors out, but I wanted to do a special Jimnasium one. The first look, my first taste. I haven't had these yet. I'm doing the one. I'm tasting one right here. Bud Light Seltzer Nog.
No.
Yeah.
Why do these things keep getting increasingly upsetting to me, man?
I don't know. No,
it's an egg-based product. It has no prop. It has no.
So sometimes, like, I did the fall pack and they had the toasted marshmallow one that smelled legit like some toasted marshmallows. It smelled like a good candle.
Yeah.
That does not smell good. That just I got some on me. That does not smell great.
It's an egg-based drink. Like,
seltzing it
is not.
Is it clear?
It's disgusting if it's not.
It's clear.
That's gross. That's gross, Jim.
Yeah.
That's about. I'm just glad that you had this reaction. No, Jim.
Oh. Okay, actually, hear me out. Actually, not bad. That's okay. Fuck me, dude. That's actually okay. I'm turning around.
I hate to lead Trevino you, but
oh no, dude. This is okay.
Brandon Isaacs, he has a comment from YouTube. He says peanut butter balls are where it's at. I don't know if that has to do with your pet dog or if a food you enjoy.
Show that fucking comment. Hell yeah. I mean, like peanut butter balls in general. Like they're making like peanut butter. Yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, when I like the Skippy because it doesn't get caught in your pubes as much, and then when your dog comes in to lick it off,
Speak for yourself. I'm lasered down there. It's like a turtle shell.
That's right. He's probably talking about the food peanut butter balls. Yeah, I like anything involving peanut butter. I will just eat an entire jar of peanut butter with a spoon over the course of one evening.
I do peanut butter sandwiches all the fucking time. Just like I skip out on the jelly entirely sometimes.
Yeah. You're like someone who's just dabbling with heroin and then maybe snort the heroin. No, I'm mainlining the peanut butter. Like I'm taking it straight to the veins.
I do that with pickles.
If you have any idea how hard it is to inject peanut butter, it's tough.
I do that with pickles, dude. I'll just eat pickles out of the jar and then dip them in ketchup.
My wife and I have done Whole30 on a couple occasions. Which are you aware of Whole30?
I've heard of it. I don't know what the fuck it is though.
So it's basically like a 30-day diet where you like eliminate anything but like good whole foods for yourself. That's like no sugars. It's like even like no beans, like no legumes, it's very clean eating. And
okay.
What happens is like you get so tired of everything that you can actually eat. and there's so few things that like there were nights where I just like be crying and eating crying and standing over a jar of pickles, eating pickles. Just like this is the only thing I can eat are these artisanal pickles that don't have any sugar. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same sort of hormones, same sort of hormonal response. Back to Christmas.
I'm flipping back and forth on this. Like every other sip I love and then hate it.
You're right. So here's a Christmas thing that lasts all year round.
I used to work in the liquor industry. I worked retail. I worked in distribution. Well, I worked in retail. I'll tell you who like one of the biggest sad sacks on the face of the planet is. It's your local liquor rep who represents an eggnog brand. Because what else do you do with that the rest of the year? You know,
are they just an eggnog brand, or are they a brand that has an eggnog?
I mean, I'm sure
the company has other things, but like they still have eggnog, and I'm sure that they don't sell all of it, so they probably want to keep it moving all year round. But Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog, the old Penn Dutch we call it. We had a sales rep that like 365, he would roll into our store with like a cooler over his shoulder that had chilled like Penn Dutch eggnog. Yeah, and like so, like in the middle of the summer, it's a refreshing treat. You know, it's
honestly. Are you an eggnog guy?
Yeah, I love the nog. I don't make my own. I do the pre-mix.
Same. I could do eggnog all year.
I love nog.
If I'm being honest, I could do eggnog all fucking year. I love eggnog.
I couldn't like come in from like mowing the yard and like put a nog down, but yeah.
But like even in the summer, if there's like a day that I spent inside, or if like I just want something sweet, sort of at the end of the day, but I don't want to make a milkshake or have a milkshake, but I kind of want that. I'll just go eggnog.
Yeah, man. And I mean, most people don't put bourbon in their milkshakes, so boom. No, I like the nog. There's one time that he was also the rep for Jägermeister. And there's one time he was like, let's try something. And he put a shot of Jägermeister inside a shot of eggnog, and I drank it with him. And it was the worst thing that's ever happened to me as a person. And but I'll tell you what, I got a little too drunk to work in public just from that shot. It was crazy. I don't know what about it. What about the nog and the egg together? Like just get you insta drunk.
Trying to think the last time I got drunk at work. Halloween 2018.
Yeah.
Tell. I just had way too much to drink going in. I was doing shots in the parking lot when I walked in. And then I browned out that night. I was dressed as the Big Lebowski. So I was dressed as the dude. So in order to like incorporate my costume, I had a White Russian with me the whole time that I would periodically get refills from the bar at. I didn't tell my boss or anyone that it was a real White Russian and not just like half and half and ice. But yeah, I would just go and I had like just White Russians throughout the day, and I was just getting super drunk. Had to call my girlfriend at the time to come pick me up because I was not driving.
I'll tell you what. First question for you. What's your definition of a brownout?
So when you brown out, you remember bits and pieces.
Yeah. So I feel like the definition of a brownout should be you got so drunk you shit your pants.
No, I just call that a shit night.
So yeah, anytime
puddle.
Anytime you go like deeper than like 2 White Russians, like I feel like you're getting into dangerous territory. I know this because the bar that used to sponsor my kickball team, the Town Pump, they on Sundays had a special, which was you could either buy like pitchers of jungle juice or pitchers of White Russians. And so we used to get White Russian pitchers. That's dangerous.
A pitcher of White Russians.
Yeah, a pitcher. White
Good
Russian pitchers.
Fucking night, dude.
Doesn't that sound awesome? Doesn't that sound like an awesome idea the first time?
That sounds like an amazing thing. You know what? You know who should be doing that? Are bowling leagues. Should be offering pitchers of White Russians.
Yes. That or we need a canned White Russian.
That is a thing.
I feel like we canned everything.
There is a canned everything
shit. You don't have to carbonate the shit even.
They're not even like. There's so many different canned cocktails out there. It's mind blowing.
If you seltz the shit though, I'm off it.
No, I'm more on it. I'm totally on now. I'm just gonna say it. The seltzer nog from Bud Light Seltzer. I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6.
Okay. So have you asked all your Christmas questions? Because I think we should maybe make this a twofer and run into New Year's. Because are we going to do an episode next week?
I'm out of Christmas ideas. So next week, I'm thinking probably not. It's the day after fucking Christmas. We're both probably going to be
Boxing
hungover
Day.
as shit.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to do a Boxing Day podcast.
Boxing Day. It's
So,
Boxing Day, sir.
Just fucking let's roll it into New Year's. Do you do anything like family wise for New Year's?
We all right with the girls. We last year. You know, my daughters are very young. I have a very young daughter. One is in kindergarten, one is 2, and so just as a dad with very young kids, Christmas Day is awesome for like 30 minutes, and then it turns into a nightmare.
30 minutes though, dude.
Yeah, when they first see it, and they're just so excited, and like, you know, my youngest, like she's finally at the point where like she gets it and she's understanding it, so it's gonna be fun this year. But you know, they were definitely gonna be asleep before New Year, so we took them out on the front porch and had confetti poppers for them to use and some cold duck. You know, some non-alcoholic champagne for them to consume. And, you know, my oldest daughter, who insisted on doing the popper, we'd be like, all right, so don't point it at your face and let's do the popper. And she'd be like, okay. And then she'd point it back at her face, like, no, don't point it at your face. And finally we got it pointed in the right direction where she didn't blind herself. And, you know, it's a thing where I have progressively, as I've gotten older, just do less and less until I really don't do anything. Like I'm asleep by like 10 on New Year's often.
Honestly, like if you're not in that position where you're like with a bunch of people partying, getting ass blasted drunk, why even stay up? And like it doesn't matter to me. Like I'll just be in bed by 11.
Yeah. It's I'm sure well, I mean, you don't necessarily live in like a metropolitan area by any means. I wouldn't call it.
No, but like it's an easy enough drive. Like if I wanted to, I could go to Lincoln and celebrate New Year's Eve and just get like blasted at the bars.
I was gonna say, like, I'm usually awoken by gunshots every New Year's Eve from people just firing guns into the air. Do they have that where you are?
They probably. I mean, I haven't been here for New Year's to like celebrate New Year's for literally like half a decade. Yeah, so maybe. Point. I think most of the time people might just go to the one bar we have in town and just get super drunk.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. In LA, did you hear, was it like New Year's and the
gunshots? Yes, you hear gunshots. Yeah, yes. Yeah. Every holiday you hear gunshots.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you hear gunshots like every holiday.
Yeah. It's such a problem that people like you know, you turn on like the local like city channel on the cable and there's like things that's like, you know, hey, bullets come down. Please don't fire your guns. You know,
no,
aimlessly into the air.
What you want to do is fire them directly into the ground.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Away from your toes, of course. Let's not be stupid. You know,
lose a toe here and there. It's just a toe.
Just a toe. And I'll tell you what. One of the most fun New Year's Eves I've ever had was when I was working at a liquor store. It was me and my buddy Paul Holmbaum, who he went to high school with me, and then suddenly we reconnected when he got the job working at this liquor store with me, and we had control of the XM radio, and we had the world's sweatiest 2-man dance party behind the counter, and so like people like. You know, people kept like popping in and popping out. It was never like a rush or anything. We weren't really like busy. That happened earlier in the day. And so they'd come in and then there's like, he and I like down to our undershirts, like sweating bullets. And we're doing like Temptations steps, like side to side with each other. And like, he's leaning into it. And like, he was like, this lady's like, I'm just going to get some bourbon. And Paul was like, get some bourbon, girl. Like just like straight like into it. And it was amazing. It's some of the most fun I've ever had. Like otherwise, like New Year's Eve feels like a god awful hustle, and it's like a rookie night for drinkers. For people who don't really get drunk, they get drunk and they make ass out of themselves. So I call it a rookie night.
That is the night for people who don't normally go out to drink and get drunk. That's when they get super drunk and they're not. A, they're not used to being that drunk, and B, no one who knows them is used to them being that drunk. So, like, imagine like the straight-laced person in your friend group gets super drunk, and you're just like, "No, what I'm supposed to be getting." this drunk. What now?
Meanwhile,
I feel like I have to fucking get drunk on top of it. Like I have to be the responsible one and be like, no, I'm gonna get drunk.
Yeah. They're the lampshade on the head people. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
You know that they're those people. Have you ever gotten rookie drunk on a New Year's Eve? Like rookie night drunk?
Not on a New Year's Eve. I have on St. Patty's Day. That's the other one.
I got stupid drunk. And I had already had like a severe drinking problem at this point. And I don't know what happened to me. I don't know how it snuck up on me. But yeah, at a party at a tattoo parlor for New Year's Eve, where they were giving out like free tattoos, like free 2007 tattoos, you know, things like that. And I was far too drunk. I fell through the Christmas tree.
Oh, oh God.
I started stumbling. I leaned on the Christmas tree to catch myself, and I was like Chevy Chase. Like I just went straight through that shit. Yeah. I was good. And I popped up, and I think back to it, and I was like in my white like Air Force Ones and like some plaid pants and shit. Like I failed to represent as a person with a serious drinking problem as I had at the time.
Do you know what this makes me think? Like we should do next year is we should have a Better Than Vegas like Christmas party to get together.
We should.
Like, New Year's Eve get together.
It's a great. That's one of those nights where I definitely don't want to be in Las Vegas.
No, don't do it in Vegas. Just do it in like
Laughlin, Nevada.
Just pick like a random town in a random state, and just everybody go. Just everybody go to like that town, like fucking bumfuck nowhere, Michigan. We're there.
Just throw a dart and just
throw a dart over at the United States. You're just like, oh, we're gonna be in like Duluth.
They're just gonna we're gonna paratroop in like some Russians in Red Dawn and take this town over. I think that'd be fucking
hilarious.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. If you think of going to Duluth, Minnesota in December, though, you're out of your goddamn mind. You better throw that dart south.
I'd do it. I'd go.
Dude, I'm so like, all right. So,
dude, getting drunk in the cold is awesome.
Oh God, I'd die. I'd wander off. I'd wander off, and you just find me frozen somewhere in the morning. You know what's funny is I was thinking about this whenever Blackjack was like called me. It was like, hey, do you want to go to the Grey Cup? Your flight would leave at like 5 a.m, and it's like 11 p.m. when he calls me. And I wasn't able to, which would have been awesome. I'm super jealous that you guys got to go and have an awesome time. But I was thinking about it. I was like, there's not a single stitch of clothing in my home that would be suitable for other than my duck hunting waders. I would have been wearing duck hunting waders everywhere all the time.
Not Saturday. Saturday it got up to like 55, 60 degrees.
Okay. Well, other than that, like when you guys were at like Woodbine, like
yeah.
So
that was cold as shit.
I would have been wearing at least one camouflaged item the entire time.
I'll say this also. That was my first time like at an actual horse race, and it was a good time.
Nah. Yeah. We gotta get you into like the real
like actual horses. Like
yeah. I mean, those are actual horses. I'm pretty certain.
Yes, but like not carts.
Yes, the sulkies, the harness racing. I've described to you what I think of harness racing, right?
I don't think you have. Not like maybe you have over text, but I forget.
It's when you take a man and you put him in polyester pants and a batting cage helmet. He sits in a wheelchair. He's pulled by a horse, and he gets to like whip it with a fishing rod while he stares into the abyss of its asshole.
And they were really staring into the abyss there because it was fucking super snowing too.
And so it's fun to watch those. I watch those. I'll watch those races because
I mean, you horse people are just a different breed of degen.
We are a different. It's very true. It's very true. We're a very different breed of degen, and you know, like watching like Woodbine, Canada, and it's like they have like once they turn in a certain camera angle and the lights are hitting it, like it looks like the horses are just coming through like a curtain of snow. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
pretty amazing. Yeah, tell me more. All right, wait. We want to set a time limit. You want to say we hit like the 1:30 mark and then we call it because we're not going to get to do this for a while. And you know, I feel lonely when
1:30 is the max.
Okay, 1:30. Let's set that. We'll set that. So we'll finish talking about that and then we'll come back to I want to hear more about Canada.
We'll finish talking about what, like
New Year's.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck yeah.
New Year's,
No,
more
130
things,
is
more New
like
Year's
easily the max. So like, I'm trying to think of a normal New Year's tradition, but I never really had one. Usually it would be get together with my friends. Like before I moved out here to California, it'd be
Mhm.
the time where we would all come back from college. We'd be back for like winter break, and you'd
Mhm.
go all hang out in the garage, and we
Yeah.
would just get like fucking ass blasted and just listen to music and have a great time.
Yeah.
That was
okay.
usually the New Year's tradition. Like there were the two holidays we would always get together on, no matter what, were 4th of July and New Year's.
Okay. Yeah.
Like my family doesn't really do anything for it. I enjoy it for the fact that like it's kind of nice to like refresh and restart. And obviously I'm gonna have a video for it. You're gonna be in it because I'm gonna do the whole XFL Jim Garage like year 2021 recap. And this is the year that you and me fucking met.
Yeah, man.
It's
21.
fucking wild, dude.
It's crazy. It's amazing. It's amazing, Jim. Is I feel like I've known you pretty much my whole life at this point.
I was about to say the same thing, and I can look up, and I might be able to see the episode that we started, what the date was. Let's see.
I'll tell you, it's a date that lives in infamy. Date the world changed forever.
Yeah, for fucking sure. Let me see if I can.
Butterfly effect.
Properties.
I flap my wings on a podcast. Tree
June.
falls in the Amazon.
Back in June.
So we've been at this for 6 months strong now, man.
My fucking word. It feels longer though. It feels like I've been like this has been happening for like years, it feels like.
You know what's funny is so you went from crazy bearded to clean shaven to now you're almost crazy bearded again. My shit has just stayed the same length the entire time because
this is blowing my mind how fast the beards come back.
Yeah, the only thing that gets longer on mine is the mustache. And then so I know it's time to trim my beard is when I can see my mustache out of my peripheral. I'll start thinking that I'm randomly being attacked by a bug. I'll just be like
I know it's time to like at least trim the mustache when I start biting on it when I'm eating burgers or sandwiches.
Yeah. That happens a lot. I have pooped my own hair on several occasions.
I will say this, because of the job I worked where we had to work New Year's, it's kind of almost become a mini tradition that I always want to have prime rib.
I love prime rib.
It's so fucking good. Next time you're here, I have the perfect restaurant. It's like a little bit west of me that has some of the best prime rib I've ever fucking had in my life.
Yeah, but is it in Choctaw territory?
No, it's called a speakeasy, and it's literally just like it's a restaurant that's just placed in the middle, like in between two cornfields, kind of. It's just by itself. It's just by itself.
Yeah. That's kind of shit I'm into, man. I love if you do I want prime rib. I want prime rib with like a creamy horseradish sauce. Always.
Yeah. So they were doing. I forget which sauce they were doing, like a special with it, whatever. But it was fucking delicious.
Question for you: when you eat beef.
Also, by the way, I hate horseradish. Just saying, like I fucking hate it. I know.
Well, it was a good run with the Jimnasium. It's sad that it has to come to an end now.
Horseradish is what's going to do us in.
No, it's so all right. I have a question for you. I'm going to use like the rest of the time that you have remaining to just ask like questions that I'm self-conscious about that I don't have the courage to ask to other people. Steak, beef, those sort of foods. Do you eat the fat?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Me too. I have always been self-conscious about eating. I go whole buffalo on my steaks.
Sometimes I will save it and give it to my dog because I know he likes the fat a lot.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll tell people that I'm saving it for a dog, but it's literally so I can put it in a napkin and then put it in my pocket and then just eat it as soon as I get to the car.
Fuck out of it, dude. It's so good.
It's the best. It's the best flavors where all the flavor comes from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And with the advances that are happening in like the cardiology, field, like I feel like we should be able to eat steak fat guilt free.
I would eat a half-pound steak of just fat.
I can't say that I wouldn't. It's delicious. It is, it's one of those things. It's delicious. It's salty. It's kind of chewy, but kind of not. It's kind of jelly-y.
I was feeling this is well, I mean, we'll talk about more in Canada, but I was starting to feel self-conscious because fucking Blackjack and Beho were giving me shit about some of my food selections. They were about they made me they made me not get liver and onions.
Nah, man, hell no, I can't get behind that.
Oh, dude, I fucking
I wouldn't shame you for it. I wouldn't shame you for it. Like if you want to eat that, eat it. Like I get it. Like, but like I don't know. Like I've had it before.
Are you not like an organ meat guy?
It's the texture. The texture is so weird of an organ meat because it's not like eating a muscle.
That's how I feel about fucking chitlins. Like I can't like
the
texture
the thing that is like shit has passed through. Here.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about that. It's the texture and the fact that they taste super bland. Like you had to like
eat ass.
You have to like drown them in hot sauce in order for it to be like digestible.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I agree. Are you an oyster guy?
Like, yeah, I'm not just a regular oyster guy. I am a mountain oyster guy.
That's the next level.
They're
I didn't ask
good,
that,
dude.
but you disclosed it.
They're fucking good though.
I
love
never had the
oysters.
Rocky Mountain oysters. Never had the Rocky Mountain oysters.
I love just like oysters, dude. Do you do like the canned smoked oysters?
Oh man, I fucked up. I make really good gumbo. That's what I do. I make good gumbo. I made the perfect like silkiest roux I'd ever made, like in a gumbo, and I fucked it up by putting canned smoked oysters in it because all it tasted like was canned smoked oysters.
Yeah, their flavor is gonna be strong as fuck.
It
like
was
any of those like oysters or canned sardines or anything like that, they're gonna just like overwhelm everything.
It was a duck and smoked oyster gumbo.
Oh, I love duck. That sounds so good.
Yeah. Except it just tasted like smoked oysters. I fucked it all up. I fucked it up.
As a gumbo, that doesn't sound fantastic, but I'd love just like I'll crank open the canned smoked oysters and just eat them.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, you want to hear some of the most one of the most fun degenerate nights of the year used to be my wife and I would go to the Holy Souls Catholic Church oyster night and casino night, where you're getting like dealt blackjack by like priests, and then like a bishop is like working the stick at the craps table and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. They raffle off a shotgun, and the way they raffle off the shotgun is there's a guy just walking around through a party with like people like, drinking like free beer and shit. And he's just holding a shotgun, and he's got like one of those like carny aprons where he's like selling the raffle tickets, but just a guy walking around with a fucking shotgun, and everyone, I feel like in other states, people would be like walking away from him. Instead, in Arkansas, everyone is drawn to him. But they do the oysters, and I'll tell you what, I don't know what oysters do to you, but
oh, dude, I'll get gassier than a motherfucker.
Oh, I get boners.
Really?
Oh
You
yeah,
get the full like aphrodisiac effect from the oysters.
Oh, I do, which is weird in a Catholic church.
Yeah, usually
gambling with a boner in a Catholic church.
That's usually the priest job.
Hey-o.
I'm gonna do the boom sound, and then we're just gonna fucking
priests be molesting people, right?
Right? Oh my god! I've got no more fucking New Year's talk to do.
I got nothing else. I just I want to prolong my gym time.
We can talk about Canada.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were gonna talk about Canada. Give me 13 minutes of Canada.
Let's go 13 minutes of Canada, bro. So, like, first things first, when we fucking get there, so the town we get into is Niagara, New York, which is one of the biggest shithole towns I've ever driven through.
Yeah, that sounds like a meth town.
It looked like a meth town, and I've seen my fair share of meth towns.
Yep.
And when we get across, we randomly get selected for additional COVID testing.
Were you wearing your Hawaiian shirt?
No, I was wearing the BTV hoodie.
Okay. If you're wearing the Hawaiian shirt, you would have a little bit of like a vax denier kind of.
My thought process was, when we were crossing, she's like, so what do you guys do? And so first off, they're just like, what are you there for? And we're just like, we're there for the Grey Cup. No one usually comes from the US to go to Canada for the Grey Cup. She's like, so what do you guys do? How do we explain that?
That's a
we're
good
kind of like we're jagoffs on the internet.
Yeah, that's quite literally what I would have said. It's like, well, I'm a dick on the internet. I'm abrasive.
And then she's like,
internet.
well, could anyone in Canada do what you guys do? And then Blackjack was just like, nobody could do what we do.
A very
Wait, what?
blackjack answer.
No, he
Yeah.
was like, sorry. He said nobody could do it like us.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's fair. And then she's like, okay, well, you guys have been selected for additional screening.
She really did not like that answer.
Yeah, take these boxes and you have to complete this in 24 hours or else you have to quarantine for 8 days.
And a weird Canadian COVID camp.
Yeah, and then so like the first day it started off on a sour note, but then we got poutine in our system. It was fucking awesome. Went to the weed store.
Poutine's like the French fries, the
French
cheese
fries,
curds.
gravy, and cheese curds.
Okay,
That's like
okay.
the base you need for any poutine.
Yeah.
And then we went to the weed store, and it was like the easiest thing on the planet to get weed.
Tell me more about that. What's that? Because I mean, we've been into a
You
couple
just
of
walk in.
dispensaries
It's
together
like
now.
a 7-Eleven size place. You just walk in, show your ID, show your vaccination card, get weed. I paid for it with my fucking cell phone.
It's amazing. I guess
It
when
was
there's not a federal prohibition on it.
No, it's
they-
federally legal, so you can pay with your debit card and whatever. So I just did it, got whatever edibles I wanted, and then fucking went home. I was
You
on
said they-
cloud 9.
You said they didn't have like the vape thing.
They didn't have like disposable vapes, but they had like if you had your own vape pen, they
Okay.
had like the juice, like the oil and whatnot for it.
Okay.
But they didn't have any disposables, and the only thing they didn't have that I was disappointed with was the espresso beans. They didn't have any espresso beans.
That's the thing. That's the thing that rubs me the wrong way. Canada, get yourself some chocolate covered THC espresso beans. What is
You
wrong
can
with
make
you?
your own, I guess, technically, because you could just buy like the weed and then just make your own chocolate and then cover espresso beans with it. But
Yeah, that's
a lot of work.
I like to outsource that job.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
Same with
so
the disposables. Like, I don't like to have to buy a whole vape set to like get high
Right.
off of vape. Yeah.
Right. So from there, where do you go? What do you do?
So day 2 is we get to interview the players. I got we get our credentials and everything. Every CFL event we went to, you got to get COVID tested. So we were tested for every day, but then we got to go talk to the players. That was fucking awesome. I talked to 2 XFL players, and then I got threatened. I'm going to say threatened. I'm going to say challenged by Willie Jefferson of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I asked him if he thought he could take me in a fight. He said he would kick my ass as soon as he saw me.
Because
I
he
was
would.
like, he would. He would
Yeah.
fucking eat me for lunch.
Yeah.
And potentially, maybe my people need to talk with his people, maybe lining something up for the off season, maybe the summer.
Yeah.
Go down to Texas where he lives and do an Oklahoma drill. That would be awesome.
I'm for it. If they don't send me with you, then I fucking quit.
Dude, if they don't send you, I will pay for you to go to that.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So you got your media day on.
I got reprimanded because of that question.
Got a good reprimanding, which means he bumped into you, said he was sorry, and then
no, like the CFL like person was just like, hey, so how you guys enjoying it? We're happy to have you here. Just so you know, some people are a little uncomfortable with the question involving the fighting. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll stop. You're being way too nice.
Yeah.
You're being way too. I can't be mean. You're being way too. So
let me apologize in your native tongue for you. I'm sorry about that.
And then we went to Woodbine that night.
That's awesome. I really want to go to Woodbine. It
It was
Woodbine Mohawk, the harness track.
It was an interesting thing because it was split up where like we went into the casino part at first on accident, and then like in order to do that you had to do like you had to like do an app and like sign in and whatever, and then we were just like, oh wait, no, the racetrack is actually you have to go outside and go to the other side, and they're right like it's in the same lobby, but you had we just fucked up, and then you had to do another thing. It was awesome. Like the track was super fun. People were super nice. The only negative thing I would say is they didn't have like food there. They only had like a concession stand thing at the very front of the track.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Other than that, though, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was cold as shit.
You didn't bet the winning exacta I gave you?
I did not because I was out of money when you told me that. I was out of cash.
I know that feel. Okay.
I was out of cash, and also Beho and Blackjack were very mad at me and you because I told them about it, and we wrecked the vibe. So they were on like a streak where like Blackjack is a very ritualistic person. I feel like horse people and sports bettors in general are very ritualistic. If you're like on a streak, because I think they had won 3 in a row in their pick 5.
Yeah.
So there's like, you got to do the same thing every time. What we did this last race. So we would always, I'd go buy a bag of fucking salt and vinegar chips, get a drink, and then I'd make a bet. And then I told them about your bet, and there's like, no, that fucked everything up.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's totally on me. It was totally on me.
Yeah, totally.
So the only ritual I have is I'll go to the same window. Like if I start cashing tickets, like I'll go and get my ticket from the same. You know, I don't like doing the touch screen thing. Like I like the interaction with the old people.
They didn't have,
because it's only old people who work at the windows usually.
They didn't have they had some person. I guess they had one person working the window, but I never cashed out. I lost all my money. So
okay. Also, I also tip big when I cash out.
Oh, yes. When I was like winning sports bets and I have like a paper ticket, I tip big.
Yeah, man.
Also, I don't know what amounts I should be betting with horse because they were like giving me looks, like Blackjack and Beho were giving me looks when I was like, my first bet was an outright winner, and it was like, I don't know, I just threw like
we just call that a win bet.
Just a win bet, just $30
for 30. That's a pretty big win bet. I mean,
okay.
Especially when the base unit is usually like a buck or two.
Okay,
so you know. You maybe dial that back a little bit next time.
Maybe I just wanted to be, I'm gonna do this like
you might as well. Yeah. I mean, if especially if I've got like either one, a large bankroll or two, a bankroll that's specific to an event, like I'll plan out like
you'll adjust your unit size.
Yeah. Well, also, if say I have $200 for the day, it's like, okay, well, I plan on making like, X amount of like $20 win bets as opposed to where if I'm just playing during the day, I might bet like $2, $5 to win, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So
it just kind of depends.
That was super fun. And then the next day we got to go see some practices. That was really cool. Kind of like go around Hamilton, get a feel for the city. And then Grey Cup Day was fucking amazing. That Sunday was awesome.
Yeah.
The crowd was electric. The game itself was fucking awesome. Went to overtime. It was super fun.
Pretty sweet interception to seal it.
Fucking sick interception to seal it. And then when we were getting ready to go on the field, there were some Winnipeg Blue Bombers fans that right up there that just fucking went nuts. And also while we were watching the game, we were in standing room only. The guy that was standing next to us was one of the craziest people I've ever seen, that all three of us had ever seen. He was like, so he was there. He was rooting for the Ticats. He was a Red Blacks fan, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Did you talk about how awesome Keon Hatcher is?
He was talking about his wife died 2 weeks ago. And he had her ashes with him to spread on the field because she was a huge Ticats fan.
That's amazing. That is amazing. That's crazy. So what, like, how's like the pregame and everything? Like, did you get to like tailgate the
Yeah, so it was a big, they did like a big fan like concert thing. That was super fun. We were drinking
with Brian Adams. Please tell me it was Brian Adams.
It was not.
Damn it.
It was a bunch of groups I'd never heard of, but it was really fun. No, they were there for halftime. They were there at the halftime show, but
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it was like big old drinking, just having fun time. Nice little tailgate. It was kind of like, it sounds mean when I say it, but it's like, imagine going to like a smaller college.
Yeah.
But like everyone's so invested because the way the stadium is for the Ticats, it's just in a neighborhood. So like the whole town's invested in it. It's like a small college, but everyone's packed and it's actually a very intense atmosphere.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, anytime I think about like NFL, like what I've seen of like NFL tailgates, they are never near as intense as like college football tailgates. You know what I mean?
No, I mean,
like,
college football is like up here.
Yeah.
CFL was like somewhere down here.
Yeah. All right. That's cool.
Oh shit. Beho just texted me because he's watching this. So the craziest part right here is so apparently the guy whose wife died, she killed herself. So
this has gotten dark.
Yeah. 2 weeks later, he's at the Grey Cup.
I know they don't have health insurance, but do they have life insurance in Canada?
I think so. Also, Beho is asking me to tell you to answer Blackjack on his phone, on your phone. I don't know. Something's up with your phone. We've got 2 minutes left. Is there anything else we want to squeeze in here? Oh, also on the way back, I had a hot Cheetos Bloody Mary, which was disgusting.
Okay.
It was gross. It was one of the grossest things I've ever had.
Apparently, I'm going to be on the backdoor cover tonight.
Nice. That's going to be good for you. So we're going to wrap this up so you can at least have some kind of break before going into that.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for listening to our bullshit. Chase, do you have anything else you want to ask me before you shout out your shit?
How did it feel making jazz with me for the last hour and a half?
God, this is one of my this is a fun episode. So when we were going into this, I was thinking like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. It's gonna be a short podcast, and I had a fucking blast the whole way through.
Yeah, man. We were already giggling way too hard the entire time, pretty much. So yeah, man. Shout
out your shit, my friend.
You can always find me. It's funny because the year's wrapping up. I don't have so many things going on, so it's gonna be quick. You can always find me being abrasive on Twitter @ofOaklawn. I'll be back next year with got some exciting things in the works when it comes to horse racing. And I'm always with this big galoot, either on Campus Profits. I'm not always with this big galoot because sometimes you sleep through your daily fantasy show like I did this morning. And always here in the gymnasium, and just stoked to have made it half a year with this gentleman.
And the picks portion, man, it's been half a fucking year. Here's to 2022 because this is the New Year's episode 2. Here's to another year with my man here.
That's right. Let's see. I would sing Old Lang Syne, but I don't know the words.
Forgot and subscribe to the podcast.
Gang buying.
Y'all know where to find me. XFL Jim on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I'm actually gonna be back on Twitter now because I'm a fucking degen. Here's my cat to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Jasper.
I hate cats.
I love her. She's a bitch.
I love Jasper. You're her, Jasper?
Yeah. Yeah. She's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, gender's fluid, I guess.
It's 2021. Cats can be whatever gender they want.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you for listening, everybody. That'll do it for the Jimnasium podcast, and we out of here.